Benevolent Stare Mortals, you can call me Whimsical William. Welcome to my channel. Yo, so Silksong has been out for, some days. And I only played it one time because, as you saw from my last video, I never played the original Hollow Knight. So I can't say that I've gotten really far in Hollow Knight, but what I can say is that I'm making decent progress. I am hanging out with the mantises and trying to figure out if I want to upgrade my nail or if I want to, I don't know, try to find some more charms. I don't know what I want to do, but I know I want to get stronger because my hits, like, sometimes some enemies take like 3 or 4 hits when they used to take like 2. So I don't like that. But I know the game is going to be a challenge. I love Metroidvanias, so I've had this experience with, a lot of Castlevania games, and this one is no exception. It's a lot of fun. At first, when I first started playing Hollow Knight, I kind of felt like it was stale, as in like the movements were, I don't know, it didn't have a lot of flavor, a lot of style to it. And as soon as I fought Hornet and I got the dash ability, I got defeated a lot by Hornet too. Like, she was messing me up. But once I defeated her, I got the dash ability, and the world started to open up to me. I'm like, wow, this dash really improved the game a lot, but it didn't really lead me to too many different places. But I got the mantis's power, basically like being able to scale walls. That really opened the world up to me. And I struggled, through some thorns to get to like a little piece of mask. I'm guessing if I collect all these masks, it's like collecting heart containers, in Zelda. Like, eventually it's gonna increase my health. I'm just guessing. I don't really know a lot about the game, but so far I get a lot of Zelda vibes, like our silent protagonist. And the story, I can tell that in the background it's huge. It's like it already happened, but it's also unfolding around me. And I love the level designs, or the area designs, because there are no levels, it's just one big map. And I love the map guy, he's so cool. Like, whenever I'm like walking around and exploring, I hear him humming, and I'm like, time to expand the map, let's go. But there's one time I found him and I couldn't get to him. Like, there's like this black smoke and I just couldn't get through it. So I gotta try to figure that out. I've been having a lot of fun. I could tell that I'm not gonna quickly beat this game so I could get the Silk Knight. So I decided to just play Silk Knight up to the first boss. I got beat by the first boss a couple times, but I see a lot of people online complaining about the difficulty of Silksong. And a lot of those people, I think, fell for the hype of Silksong, but they never played the original Hollow Knight. Or maybe they just played Hollow Knight when it first came out, and then they never play another Metroidvania, because Silksong is right on par with what I feel a Metroidvania should be. Granted, there's a lot more traps than I'm used to, but it just keeps you on your toes more. A lot of times games will kind of baby the player, and I feel like I'm just like essentially falling asleep at the wheel, just on autopilot, just walking through these areas. And I like being on my toes, knowing that at any moment, a trap could spring or an enemy could be in camouflage. And I also love the fact that when you sit on the bench, I was looking at a few videos, the bench could be a trap, or there could be a trap that comes towards the bench. So if you're unfamiliar, Hollow Knight, the saving mechanism, or the saving space in that game, it doesn't have autosave. It's a real old school game, and I like that. Autosave, I think we've gotten really spoiled with it, and then sometimes the icon is so small on the screen that you don't know that the game is being saved. So, Here you manually save. I manually save in every game if I can, because I get paranoid, I get scared. But anyway, you sit on benches to rest, and that rest saves the game. But sometimes in Silksong, what I've seen, you sit on the bench and you just sink into the ground, or like some type of bear trap or whatever gets activated, and you get attacked while trying to save the game. So that's crazy. I've never seen that before. I think that's really cool. It really keeps you on your toes. Like you're never safe. And I feel like that is the theme of this game. But I'm gonna talk about my bold title for this video. Getting into the politics of gaming, the prices of games have been creeping up. And you know, if there's a good product, I'm gonna blow money on it. I got a giant telescope, I got a bunch of anime figures, you know, I got like all this manga behind me. I'll spend money. Like, I'm not a rich person, but I work really hard to be able to get the things that I enjoy. With that being said, I feel like the quality of games, they only focus on graphics to wow us, and that's not good enough for these prices. Like with Mario Kart World being $70 or $80, it's ridiculous. Like it's just another Mario Kart game. There's nothing special about it. And what really pisses me off about Nintendo, mostly, and other AAA games as well, they're charging these egregious prices for the games, and the games aren't even complete. And you got more downloadable content that also costs more money. Pokemon's been doing this for a while. Just about every big game, not excluding Nintendo, you know, Nintendo and many other games. More content. And to put it into perspective, Silksong is $20. A lot of times the downloadable content is $10 to $20, and it's not a full game's worth of content. You just got pretty graphics, and a lot of times the frame rate can't keep up with the graphics, so you have screen tears. You got all kinds of bugs and stutters and issues, and it's really put into perspective how bad the video game industry is, that it seems the only thing that the devs think we care about as consumers and as gamers is graphics. We want gameplay. We want a great story. We want unique titles. Now, granted, Metroidvanias, you know, Silksong isn't unique with them being a Metroidvania. What makes Silksong unique is their blend of different elements of different successful Metroidvanias. It's got Metroid in it, and it also has Castlevania. It has a great blend of the two, where you don't necessarily level up like the RPG aspect of Castlevania, but you upgrade your weapons in a way, and you backtrack as much as like a Castlevania game, but it's not for nothing, basically. Like when you backtrack in Castlevania, you level up and you might find cool secrets, and there's a lot of cool secrets. In Hollow Knight, you get Geo. Geo's the currency that's inside of Hollow Nest. With that being said, that helps you buy upgrades, it helps you buy charms, it helps you do stuff that I don't even know yet, you know? I'm just getting started. I'm not that far in the game. But it's rewarding when you continuously, you know, defeat foes. There are choices in this game, you know, which I really enjoy. Another thing that I really like about this game that sets it apart is the fact that it launched with a digital only, but we are getting a physical copy. Me, I'm a physical connoisseur, as you could tell. Like, I want physical books, I want physical music, the records, I want anime figures, I want, you know, video games. I want my things to be physical. I think it's highway robbery that we're getting key cards, you know, for these egregious prices. But I get it, games are getting so big that they're getting difficult to make. But the games need to be scaled back somehow, because we deserve, at these prices, to have it all. So Silksong is really rocking the video game landscape, and I believe it's revolutionary, because here's what really makes Silk Knight incredible versus all these the sea of just first person shooters, open world, sandlots, AAA, I don't know, 60 frame rate, whatever the terms are, I don't really care. Here's what makes Silksong different. Silksong is just as popular as these games, if not more popular. And they decided we're still gonna stick with this low price. That just has my respect. Even if it's not a great game, it's the fact that it has that much clout and they're not upping the price. Meanwhile, Mario, well, everybody loves Mario Kart, so we could charge whatever we want. And Donkey Kong Bonanza is going to be a big hit, and we're doing a lot to the game, so, you know, full price. And I respect Mafia for also only charging $50 because they knew that their game wasn't going to be the longest game, but you could tell they put their heart and their soul into it, but it doesn't mean that they were going to charge full price because they knew you could finish the campaign in like, I don't know, 10, 12 hours if you don't, you know, miss a lot of shots. But I just need these game companies to realize that we as gamers are tired of paying egregious prices for mediocre content. We deserve better if we're going to spend this money. Now granted, $60, $70, $80, you know, to everybody it's relative. Some people that's a lot of money. For some people it's whatever. But whatever you feel about it, don't you want to get a good product for that price? Silksong has proven that you don't have to spend a large portion of your check along with future checks with, you know, downloadable content to get a good product. These other companies, they're going to learn. With that being said, thank you so much for checking out another video. If you're playing Hollow Knight, if you're playing the first one, if you're playing the second one, if you're not a fan of it, if you are a fan of it, let me know in the comments down below. Peace.